Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers. Today, we're talking 12 steps to profiting from your passion, plus the tools that you need to win in this digital age. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Go ahead and comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. Super excited about today's topic. You guys know that I'm all about you learning what it takes to monetize your life. And I want to help you today as we go through these 12 steps to start profiting from your passion. So as we get ready for today's show, let us know who you are, where you're from, and if you're already profiting from your passion, let me know which one of your passions that you decide to monetize by dropping the name of your business and or your brand. And then when you stick around to the end, I'm actually going to give you access to some of the same tools that I use that help me build my brand, including this podcast live stream, how it all comes together. So go ahead, let us know where you're from, drop the name of your business and all your brand, smash the share button, and let's kick it. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, Ultimate Hustlers, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, also known as the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur from MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com. That is the digital marketing mastermind where we help you use technology such as social media, the internet, website, sales funnels, chatbots, all of the above to build your brand, attract to you your ideal customer or client so that you can make a bigger impact and make more money. As my man, Brother Ben X says, if you chase a passive impact, passive income will chase you. And we're going to be talking all about that with our 12 steps to profiting from your passions. Plus, when you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you access to some of the tools that I use to make this whole thing go on my end. And I think you would benefit tremendously for those things as well. But before we get into that, I got a couple quick announcements. Well, in this case, not so much of an announcement as it is an update. Some of you guys know I invited you a couple weeks ago to our business credit basics workshop in our half hour of power. And I was telling you all about my business credit journey. And I just want to give you a quick update on that, man. I now officially have a paydex score of 80. And for those of you who know anything about business credit, a paydex score is similar to your credit score, but it's for business, and it goes from 0 to 100. And I am sitting right there at 80 with 3 trade lines reporting And because of that, I was able to apply for and get approved for 3 more trade lines. So now I have 6 trade lines on my business credit. If you are not building business credit, I don't know what you're waiting for. I've got access to a free business credit workshop at bizcredithelper.com. Go check that out for yourself, man, and you'll learn some of the things that you need to put in place in order to go down the path of building business credit. Some of you guys already have established business and business credit, and you just need funding. Well, guess what? On that same site, it also shows you how to get access to funding outside of the bank, because there's more than bank. There's more funding outside of the bank than it is to get funding for your business in the bank. So check that out, bizcredithelper.com. We're talking 12 steps for profiting from your passion, plus the tools that you need and the resources. And before we get started, you guys know I love to start the show with the quote of the day. And this one hit me hard, man. This is from the late, great Jim Rohn. He said, the rewards of a disciplined life are great, but often delayed for some time in the future. The rewards for the lack of discipline are immediate, but they are minor. Oh, man, I hope y'all caught that. The rewards of a disciplined life are great, but often delayed for some time in the future. The rewards for the lack of discipline are immediate, but they are minor. And he gave the example of the lack of discipline a day at the beach. Immediate gratification, it's fun, right? The life of a disciplined person, the great reward could be one day owning the beach. Oh, man, that hit me like a ton of bricks this morning as I am continuing to grow in my disciplined life. Hopefully you are growing in your disciplined life as well. Drop something in the comments that you struggle with in the area of your discipline. I'll tell you this morning, I chickened out in terms of my running because it was raining outside, man. And I'm not one of those guys that go running in the rain. Some people run no matter what. I opened that door and I saw it pouring down like that. I'm like, so I skipped my running this morning because it was raining. But what are you struggling with to get more discipline in? And let's all come to an agreement. Let's lock our minds, create this mastermind, and determine that you're going to be able to overcome that struggle. So that is quote of the day, brought to you by my good friend Brian Keith McNeil, the sales confidence coach, and his brand new how to get a new client workshop coming up on Monday, right? Monday. I'm gonna put the link in the comments. This coming Monday, July 5th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's going to be teaching all about how to get a new client on demand. For those of you who are in service-based businesses, you guys know that lead generation could be a challenge. Well, guess what? Not only is he going to help you with lead generation, he's going to help you with what to say and how to say it to close the leads that you do have. So y'all make sure y'all check out my man, Brian K. McNeil at briankmcneil.com, and tell him the Financial Health Mentor sent you. So let's get into these 12 steps for profiting from your passion. List one of your passions in the comments for me real quick. Let me know what it is that you are passionate about these days, because we're going to show you how these passions will actually translate into money if you overcome this one thing, right? What is the one thing that you must overcome before you can even go down the road of monetizing your passion? You guys know what that is? Man, that one thing that is holding and keeping so many people back is fear, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, I said it. Some of y'all are just flat out scared. And that is why you're not doing what it is that you could be doing, but instead you're letting life toss you to and fro. So let's get into how do you overcome fear? It's quite simple, y'all. First, you got to understand the root cause of fear. The root cause of most people's fear is this: what you think other people are thinking about you is what got you scared. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. What you think other people are thinking about you is what's got you scared. And when you can come to the place in your life where you realize that it doesn't matter what other people think about you if they're not paying your bills. When you come to the place where what other people think about you is none of your business, then you can go out and handle your business at a greater level. And that's just the bottom line, y'all. What other people think about me is none of my business. And I've got to move forward with my goals and dreams of building a generational legacy for my family. And that's exactly what I aim to do, my friends. So let me see. How do you start going down the road of turning your passions into profit? We all have things that we are absolutely that we love to do, right? But you don't think you could ever make money from your passion. In most cases, our passions are those things that come so easy to us, we don't believe that somebody will pay us for doing those things, right? And there's a million and one ways to skin a cat, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have not already hit the share button, go ahead and do that now. There's some people on your timeline struggling financially right now, while at the same time they're sitting on a gold mine that's called their intellectual property. They just don't know how to take what's in here and bring it out, package and present it to the marketplace. And that's what we're going to cover today. Thanks to the internet, almost any passion can be turned into a profitable side hustle. You can make money doing the things that you love the most. Yep, you can turn your passion projects into profitable projects if you understand how the game is played. How would it change your life to make an extra $1,000 per month? Answer that question for me in the comments. An extra $1,000 per month. What does that do for you? From your side hustle. I know you still got your job and your other streams of income, but if your side hustle brought you $1,000 per month, what does that do for you? How does that help you? How does that transform your life, right? Of course, all this raises the critical question, how do we start a side hustle? Let's get into it, y'all. Number one, you got to prepare yourself. You got to prepare yourself. And when I say prepare yourself, we talked a little bit about overcoming your fear. But one of the things that you have to absolutely prepare for that nobody hardly ever talks about is the fact that the moment you decide that you're going to do something great with your life, you're going to run into opposition. Not after you start and you start running down the road. No, the moment you decide that you're going to do something great and you're serious with that, oh yes, you can believe that that very moment you have invited all sorts of calamity to come and test you, right? Dr. Miles Monroe says every vision must be tested for authenticity, right? The universe brings into your world not only the resources that you need to accomplish the thing that you said you want to accomplish, but also it brings challenges to grow you into the person that you need to become so that you can accomplish that thing. So when I say prepare yourself, the first thing you have to prepare yourself for is the fight to overcome, not the obstacles that might come. No, the fight to overcome the obstacles that damn sure will come, because they're coming, right? Creating a profitable side hustle takes a lot of time, diligence, hard work, blood, sweat, and yes, tears. If you want to succeed with your side hustle, prepare to put in the work. And early on, y'all, most of that work that you have to be prepared to put in is internal. I would say about 80% of the work that you have to put in when you prepare to launch a side hustle to turn your profit into passion is internal. And here's why. most of us have not been entrepreneurs all our lives. So in order for us to start a profitable side hustle, we actually are coming from the job world. And how many of you guys know that employees and entrepreneurs have two totally different mindsets? They think totally different. So one of the things that you're going to have to do as you start this side hustle is you have to be prepared to do what I call the inner work, the work on the inside of you, because you can't just, the internet has made it super easy. I can log online right now to my Secretary of State website. I can register me a fictitious name for less than $10. I can go to GoDaddy.com and I can buy me a domain for less than $15, right? And I can go to a free website builder, or I can go to some place like Builder or My Perfect digitalempiresystem.com and start me a website for $1. So I'm in business technically for less than $30. But that's not where the work is. The work is transforming your employee mindset into more of a business mindset. And what is the major difference? The major difference is an employee mindset says, I do the work this week, I get paid next week. A business owner mindset says, I do the work for 90 days and I don't expect to see a harvest for 90 days. I do the work 90 days straight. I don't even look for any harvest until day 91. And the harvest that I'm looking for is not 90 days worth of harvest. The harvest I'm looking for is the return from day one, right? When you plant trees, fruit trees, berry trees, anything that produces a harvest, the plant starts to bear fruit at about day 90. It doesn't get to day 90 and then the whole tree, poof, is loaded with ripe fruit. No, they start to appear and bud little at a time. And over time, they start getting ripe. And closer to the end of the next 90 days, you see a ton of ripe fruit. It's the same thing in your business, but you got to have that mindset. So you got to prepare yourself to do the work. How do you create the motivation needed to put in all that hard work? Get around the right people. Get around people who are doing what you want to do and are willing to hold you accountable. You create an environment that is conducive for doing the work. That means you surround yourself with the books. I got stuff written on my whiteboard, stuff written on my calendar. I got a whiteboard over here. I've got a sheet over here with my monthly bills and expenses. I got my bookshelf over here. I got a smaller bookshelf over here. Every time I look around, everywhere I look around in this environment, I got my monitor and my laptop. And this environment that I created, when I'm in this environment, it says business. It says work, right? If you're not living your best life now, let that serve as a motivator for your side hustle. Are you living your best life? Are you impacting lives the way you want to impact lives? Are you making the type of money you want to make? Do you have the type of freedom that you feel that you deserve? If not, allow that to motivate you, right? Increase your motivation for your side hustle. Envision what a successful outcome would look like for your side hustle. It's two reasons that we perish, y'all: lack of vision and lack of knowledge. And there's a lot of us that don't even know we need a vision. I'm gonna run that one back, man, because y'all gotta get that. The good book says there's two reasons that we perish: for lack of knowledge and lack of vision. And then some of us don't even know that we need a vision in the first place. So you got to have a vision. You got to go and visit that thing every day. You got to go sit with it, see it, talk to it. When I go and see the Cortez hustle of 2025, and I'm amazed at all the things that we've accomplished. and I go and bring that stuff back, and I do the things that I know it's going to require for us to get there. This is number one. This is how you prepare yourself, right? Success happens over the long haul, not overnight. Be prepared to put in the work over the long haul. When's the best time to start a side hustle? Right now. Right now, right? That old proverb, when's the best time to plant an apple tree? 25 years ago. When's the second best time to plant an apple tree? Right now. How much longer are you going to delay and procrastinate starting your side hustle? 20 years ago, you said you wanted a side hustle and you never started one. You still delaying, you still procrastinating, you still heeing and hawing about starting a side hustle. And you know without a shadow of a doubt, entrepreneurship is the new retirement. You know without a shadow of a doubt, you need an income that you can own and control. Question is, are you willing to overcome your fear of what you think other people are thinking about you? Are you hurting bad enough? And I'm not talking about you don't have a decent roof over your head. I'm not talking about you don't have a decent car to drive, your kids are well taken care of. The hurt that I'm talking about is when you look in the mirror and you see deep inside your own soul and you recognize the potential that is there. Are you fulfilling that potential, or have you yet to scratch the surface? See, my dreams are so big, not because I want a bunch of stuff. My dreams are so big, not because I need a bunch of fame and recognition and fortune. My dreams are so big is because when I look into my soul, I see all of the potential that God created me with for day one. And for the first 40 years of my life, I wasn't even trying to fulfill that potential. So I'm just getting started, y'all. That's the pain that I'm speaking of when I say, are you hurting enough? See, some of you guys have never looked deep inside to see how much potential you actually got inside you. I have, and I know what it's like. And I know that the potential that I have in me will create more than I have right now if I live up to it and fulfill it. So I'm going for it. I'm going for it. All right. So, oh man, we're a little beyond our normal time for 1 Minute Motivation. So let's get to it. 1 Minute Motivation is a time on the Cortez Hustle Show where I play a short motivational clip and I give a couple takeaways. You guys comment your biggest takeaways. So let's get to 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
You've invested a lot in your education and people have invested in you. And let me tell you, the world needs your talents. Man, does it ever. The world needs a lot and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people, because remember this. So you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Because remember this, you will never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. I'll say it again. You will never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You can't take it with you. The Egyptians tried it, and all they got was robbed. So the question is, what are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have?
Hoo-wee. That question right there is what this whole show is about today and tomorrow, because this is actually a two-part series. I'm not going to get through all of this stuff today. What are you going to do with what you have? Answer that for me in the comments, if you will. What are you going to do with what you have, right? I know what I'm going to do with what I have. I'm going to give it everything I got. I'm going to build this media empire that will one day rival Ted Turner and Walt Disney. I'm going to rebuild communities all over this country. Communities that we own and control. Because one thing I know is that you can't dictate who polices your community if you don't own your community. One thing I know, if you can't dictate the politics in your community if you don't own your community. One thing I know is you can't dictate and determine what your school system is going to teach in your community if you don't own your community. Oh yeah, it's going down, people. I know what I'm going to do with what I got. What are you going to do with what you got? Come on, man. You've invested. You are vested in you. Right? Some of you guys are sitting in some pain right now because of the moves that you made in the last 5 years. You've already, like ET says, you're already in pain. Get a reward from it. Other people are vested in you. Other people have sown into your life. Other people believe in you. Other people have helped you with resources and given you the pat on the back along the way. Other people have invested in you. Are you going to let those people down? Or are you going to let those people down? The world needs your talents. How do I know? Because you're here. And I know your creator. And your creator put inside you the tools or resources needed to accomplish a specific mission on this planet that only you can accomplish. Right? Howard said, I'm going to build an empire and a lifestyle my great grandchildren can enjoy. What? What? You better know it, brother. You better know it. I see that for you. The world needs your talent. Some of you guys are so gifted, and you won't even turn on a camera and tell the world about that gift. See, here's the gift and the curse of humility. Humility will have you not tooting your own horn. Well, in the beginning, for most of us, we are the only people qualified to toot it. So we got to get out there and scream from the rooftops, I am the greatest at this. This is what I do well. In order for us to attract to us a few people that we can serve. And then once we serve those people, now you have you and 3 or 4 other people screaming from the rooftops that you are the best and how well you do this. And that's going to attract to you a few more people that you can serve. And then now you plus the first few plus the second few are all screaming from the rooftops how good you are. And you keep doing that, and eventually you'll have enough people screaming from the rooftops how good you are that you won't have to. That's when you can be humble. But right now you can't afford to be humble. You got to let the world know that you're the truth. Right? The world needs your talents, man. What are you waiting on to package them and present them to the marketplace and expose the world to your beautiful gifts? That is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by bizcredithelper.com. If you're trying to figure out how to get your business credit established, or if you already have a established business credit, but you need some funds for your business, then I want you to go to bizcredithelper.com. You'll see a free masterclass on how to get your business credibility in order. You'll also see links to some other resources. Some of you guys qualify for business funding right now. You're trying to get that new piece of equipment. You're trying to get some money for marketing dollars. You're trying to launch this new phase of your business. You just need a few funds. Well, guess what? BizCreditHelper.com has you covered. Go check that out and go start down the path of building your business credibility so that you can get the funds that you need to grow and explode your business. Speaking of business, we're talking 12 steps to profit from your passions, plus the tools that you need to get it done, right? So, number one, you got to prepare yourself. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. You're going to be challenged. The minute you decide that you're going to go after your dreams, goals, the universe is going to bring to you the resources that you need and challenges to help you grow into the person that you need to become in order to fulfill that promise you're making to yourself to build an empire and a lifestyle that your grandchildren can enjoy, right? Number two, identify your passions and interests. A side hustle is the intersection of passion and profit. In other words, it's all about taking the things that you have and are good at and turning them into a profitable gig, right? The first step is to identify what you love to do and are good at doing. Now, this is two distinct things, y'all. This is two distinct things. It's what you love to do and what you're good at. You're looking for those two distinct things. I'm looking at the things that I love to do. I'm also looking at the things that I'm good at. Sometimes the things that we are good at, we don't necessarily love them. So you got things that you love to do. You got things that you are good at. Then you have the essence of who you are. I want you to get that, because this is important to you going down the road and building something that's going to last. There's the things that you love to do. There are the things that you're good at. Now, some of the times, the things that you love to do, you are actually good at them, right? I love to play basketball. I wasn't college good. I wasn't NBA good, but I love to play basketball, right? And then you got the things that you are good at. I'm good at teaching. I'm good at encouraging. I'm good at motivating. Why am I good at those things? Because of who I am and my essence. I'm patient. I'm long-suffering. I'm empathetic. I'm kind. I'm hardworking. I'm consistent. I'm somewhat disciplined. So those things lend to me being successful at teaching, coaching, motivating, inspiring, encouraging, inspiring. That's why I do what I do. I love technology, not necessarily good at it, but because of who I am, because I am patient, then I have the wherewithal to take the technology that I love and sit there for hours and learn how to build a website. You got to understand what you love, what you're good at, and then who you are at your core. Some of you guys have zero patience. You couldn't make it as a coach because you have zero patience. So you got to identify that about yourself. You must also be good at your side hustle, right? Other words, you need to have the necessary skill set to make it a reality, right? So if you love something that you're not good at, but you have patience, then you can develop the skill set, right? My girl Tracy Walker says a mindset without skill set will leave you upset. But when you have the right mindset, you can develop the skill set. But skill set without mindset will leave you penniless, right? It's all about the mindset. This is why you got to get to the essence of who you are. Ask yourself these questions. What do you absolutely love doing? What have people told you that you're good at? Some of the times we are good at things and we don't realize how good we are at them. So you might have to do a poll of the people around you and say, hey, what do you think my strengths are? What do you think I'm really good at? What do you lose track of time doing? Right? What valuable skills do you have that people would pay for? We all got them, y'all. And if you say you don't have them, that's a lie, because you got a job. Your job is paying you for something. And let me help you understand something. Sometimes we look at a skill set as, okay, I can build computers. That's a skill. But some of you guys have been on your job 20 years and never missed a day. Discipline to get up and go to work every day is also a skill. If you don't do nothing else, understand that you have a track record of being disciplined. You can turn around and teach people how you have been able to be so disciplined to go to a job 20 years without missing a day. So a lot goes into it. There's a reason you don't miss a day, because you got the discipline to get up every morning and go. But also that means you don't get sick. So you must be doing something in the area of taking care of your health that keeps you from getting sick, because you haven't even missed a sick day. There's so much to monetizing your life, y'all. And I'm trying to open your eyes to seeing all the little intricacies that are available to you, right? What valuable skills do you have that people will pay for? What needs can you meet? There is a psychological concept called flow. It's when you find yourself so immersed in an activity that you lose all track of time and are simply focused on what's in front of you. When do you find yourself in the state of flow? Because I guarantee you, that's an indication or a clue of where you could turn a passion, the essence of who you are, something that you're good at, into a business. Number 3, validate your side hustle. So if you've written down what you're good at, you've written down the things that you love to do, you've written down some character traits that of who you are at your essence, and you're starting to shape and mold some ideas that you could do, right? Now you got to validate them. Once you've determined what you think your side hustle should be, you need to validate it. Demonstrate that others will that will really pay you for what you offer them. Determine if there's a market need for the product or services that you will offer. Right? How do you validate this potential side hustle? All you got to do is go on Google. All you got to do is go on Amazon. All you got to do is go on Facebook and look at Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups around the things that you say that you're going to do. Say, for instance, I was going to do some underwater basket weaving, right? Y'all know that's my favorite stuff, my favorite thing. Say, for instance, my passion is when I go underwater scuba diving, I like to just be down there with the fish, and I just like to weave baskets underwater. So how would I validate whether there is a market for that? I would just first go on Google and search underwater basket weaving. First thing, just go search what it is that you say you want to do. I'm going to look at the top 5 results. Why the top 5, Cortez? Because the top 5 are ads. So what does an ad tell me? That somebody else has a product or service in this space that they believe in so much that they're willing to spend advertising dollars with Google to show up in the top 5 results. Then I'm going to go and look at what they offer. I'm going to go look at the reviews. And I'm going to see, are they really moving this product? Oh, they must be, because they have 40 reviews. I'm going to go to Amazon.com and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to search underwater basket weaving. And I'm going to see all the products that come up related to underwater basket weaving. This is how you validate whether or not you got a good side hustle. Other ways that you can validate. Ask your friends on social media if they would be interested in what you have to offer. If you have an email list, send out a pilot to them. Ask them who would be interested in what you're going to offer. Create a sign-up list where people can get more information. If numerous people sign up, it's a sign that your idea has legs, right? Offer to let people pre-purchase the offer. It's a great way. I was listening to Derek Grace just yesterday, or maybe the day before, and he was talking about how to sell your products to he basically gave an example of if you had $200, spend $100 not on a prototype of your product, spend $100 with a graphic designer to draw up pictures of your product. Like I do it all the time. I've got some t-shirts that are coming out. So I have my graphic designer draw up the designs and put it on different t-shirts, long sleeves, 3/4 sleeve raglans, short sleeve tanks. And I put the pictures of the t-shirts up with the price and say, pre-sale now. And I can look at and see the activity and determine whether or not I should go forward with this particular model. Because if I get 50 pre-sales, then that's a hot shirt. If I get crickets, then ain't nobody feeling that design, right? Your goal is to avoid wasting time on ideas that won't get any traction. If your polls, emails, and sign-up lists aren't getting much of a response, it may be time to move on to a different side hustle. This is why when you write down the things that you love, the things that you're good at, and the character traits that you have at your essence or your core, you're going to come up with 3 or 4 different potential side hustle ideas. And you got to validate each one of them. That was something else that I learned from Derek Grace. He said, man, listen, once you do that, then you're going to give each one 7 hardcore days of pushing. So if you got 4 ideas, that is 7 days. There's 4 weeks in a month. So in a month, you tested 4 ideas for 7 hardcore days. And at the end, you crunch all the data and say, hey, I gave each one of these an equal opportunity. This is the one that people responded to the most. So guess what? The next month, you only do that one. It doesn't mean that you will never come back to those other 3, right? But you're trying to build. So the audience has spoken. This is what I love about the internet. The internet creates direct-to-consumer relationships. The consumers have spoken. This is the one that they responded to the most. Now you go all in for 30 days on that one. Hope this is making sense to y'all, man. Number 4, determine what sets you apart from your competitors, right? Determine what sets you apart from your competitors, right? Real quick, I got to share with you guys this video before we move forward, because I'm looking for a few people who want to really join this war on poverty and help me fight it one family at a time. So before I move forward, let me show you this quick video, and hopefully it makes sense to you, especially those of you who are trying to get your money right. Take a look. Hey, good morning, Wealth Champions. Hey, listen, if you want to be financially successful, then you have to do what financially successful people do. And I know there's a few things that all wealthy people have in common. Number 1, they understand that building wealth is a team sport. Number 2, they understand the power of capitalism and business enterprise. Number 3, they love to use systems and leverage. And number 4, they all have mentors. My name is H. Cortez, also known as Financial Health Mentor. And for the last 5 years, I've been helping hardworking Americans get all of these things in place with one single membership. If you want to learn more about that, go to myperfectmoneyplan.com. Again, that's myperfectmoneyplan.com. And you're going to get a team of professionals, so you're not building wealth by yourself. You're going to get a system that's going to help you transform your finances. And last but not least, you're going to get some great mentorship to help you execute your game plan. So again, go to myperfectmoneyplan.com, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a great example of me turning my passion. What I love is economic empowerment, right? That's something that I love. I believe that everybody should be pursuing a generational legacy of wealth, prosperity, happiness, and joy, right? That's just what I believe. I found a company that executes on that strategy, and I get paid for teaching people and exposing people to that company. That's how you have to create and start your side hustles. That's something that I'll never not be doing. Every opportunity that I get, I'm trying to encourage people to go down the path of building generational wealth, something that I love, right? So now you have to, number 4, let me just recap real quick. Number 1, you have to get prepared, y'all. When you know that the road is not going to be easy and you've already decided you're going to overcome any obstacle that shows up in your face, when they show up, they're easier to deal with. But when you have false expectations that you're going to start a business and it's going to blow up and you're not going to have any challenges, those are the people who get knocked down, they tuck tail and run. Number 2, identify your passions and interests. What do you like to do? What are you interested in? What do you love doing? What are you good at? They might not always be the same. What are you good at, right? And then what are your core character traits? Patience, kind, do you communicate well? Do you already have discipline, right? All of those things will play a factor in the type of business you should choose. Number 3, validate your idea. Go see what's already out there in the marketplace. Is what you want to do already making money for other people, right? And if it is, number 4, you then have to determine what's going to set you apart from the competition. Unless you're building something completely new and revolutionary, you're going to be competing against others. If you're going to succeed with your side hustle, you need to find a way to differentiate yourself from your competitors. Figure out how you're going to stand out from the crowd. I heard Ms. Vivian say that she is super excited about health and wellness. Well, so is about another 100 million people in this country and another 100 million people throughout the world. You want to build a business in this space. How are you going to set yourself apart, Ms. Vivian? Who else? I think Glenda said she is excited about makeup, right? Well, so is another 100 million entrepreneurs, right? Excited about makeup, cosmetics. How are you going to set yourself apart, right? Here's some things that you can ask yourself. Will your products or services be better quality? That's 1. Will you offer better customer service? Number 2. Will you have faster delivery? That's important. Speed is important. If you listen to my man, Brian Keith McNeil, he says there's 7 reasons that people buy, right? And speed is one of them. If I can get to something faster, then that's one of the reasons I buy. Will you be less expensive than everyone else, right? And I'll tell you, less expensive is very crowded. Very, very crowded to be less expensive. And believe it or not, you might have to overcome some mindset things here from what I'm about to say. Believe it or not, the best route to go is premium, most expensive. Now, what people will say is, well, Cortez, if my product is the most expensive, fewer people will have access to them and I'll make less money. What do you associate with when you think about something that costs a lot? You think quality, you think effective, it is going to work. And here's what you got to know about your customers too. The person that invests more for something, they are more likely to actually use it. And because they will actually use it, if your product works the way you say it's going to work, they're going to get the results that you said that they can get. And because they get that result, their life is transformed and they're going to go tell everybody. They're going to do your marketing for you. You know what happens when you have a cheap product? People will buy it, but then they won't even use it. Because you know what they'll say? Oh, it was just $1. Oh, it was just $10. Oh, it was just $50. Oh, it was just $100. And they won't even use it. And if they never use your product, they never get the result. Therefore, you never get the testimony. Just a little something that I learned from some of my mentors. Sonny Lenarduzzi, my man, Marquell Russell, Ping June, Russell Brunson. These guys all talk high ticket. Dan Locke. These guys talk about the difference between having a low ticket product and a high ticket product. And the high ticket product actually has more people taking action, so they get the results of your program. And those people will never stop telling people how great your program is. Right? So you got to figure out what's going to set you apart. Number 5, then you're going to define your goals. Defining clear goals will help you know what steps you need to take in order to turn your hustle into a reality. Consider laying out a set of goals that sequentially follow one another. For example, if you're going to sell products on eBay, your first goal may be to create an eBay account. Your second goal may be to research the product that sell best on eBay, and so on and so forth. Guys, we are on July 1st today. Do you already have your goals for the month? I have 10, 10, 10. I have 3 core products that I need to sell 10 of in order to hit my financial goal. It's my goal, 10, 10, 10. And my 3 core products, I sell 3 of my core products 10 times each in the month of July, then I hit my financial goals, right? When setting your goals, ensure that they are realistic, right? So I'm not going to go into SMART goals. You guys know about setting goals. Number 6, this is important because a lot of people set goals, but they don't create milestones. Number 6, create milestones. Eventually, you just need to get started. Yes, you need to reach the small goals that will lead you to the big goals, but eventually you just need to get your idea out into the world and evaluate the response. You launch, refine, fix problems, and keep going. Then your side hustle gets better as you go. Listen, some of y'all have been in ideal mode for the last 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It's like trying to learn how to do push-ups by reading a book about doing push-ups. At some point, you got to get your butt down on that floor, get in position, and do some push-ups. You're not in business until you actually put out the product and let the customers give you their response, their feedback. Then you can make it better. I get so many people who are in this perfectionism. See, it's got to be perfect before I put it out. No, I don't. Once I think about Steve Jobs, how many bugs did the first iPhone have in it? You think Steve Jobs didn't know that the first iPhone wasn't ready? See, he put the iPhone out with the bugs in it. He knows all of the bugs, but he doesn't know which of the bugs are important to the customer. Then when the customers got it in their hands, they was like, man, it can't do this. And 80% of the customers said this needs to be fixed. 20% said this needs to be fixed. 5% said this needs to be fixed. 1% said this needs to be fixed. What did he spend his time on before iPhone 2 came out? What 80% of the people said need to be fixed? And then iPhone 2 comes out. And it's better than iPhone 1, but still 30% of the stuff is still jacked up. But he needs to know what's important to the consumer before he goes investing research dollars, time, energy, manpower into fixing something that you don't even care about. And then he put out iPhone 2. And then y'all said, this needs to be fixed. I don't like this. This part could be better. And he said, okay, what did 80% of the people say they need to see better? And he put that in. And he didn't concern himself with what 1% of people said. Are y'all getting it? Are y'all ready to launch something now? Right? Are y'all ready to write that first book and put it out? And by the way, I have a program where I can help you write a book in 21 days. It's called Instant Authority Blueprint. 21 days to launch. But you can't be scared. You got to go out and put this stuff out into the world. Put a date on your calendar that you're starting your business. Put a date on your calendar that your first product is going to come out. Put a date on your calendar that you're going to make it happen. Last but not least, guys, one of the tools that I use that helps me keep all of this stuff together. I build my websites. I build my sales funnels. I build my marketing materials. My email autoresponder that automatically emails people about what it is that I do. I want you to put this in a comment. DigitalEmpireSystem.com. DigitalEmpireSystem.com. It's an all-in-one digital marketing platform, and you can test it out for $1. And if you get the Digital Empire System for $1, all you got to do is email me or inbox me and let me know that you got it, and I will help you build your first website if you don't have one. I will help you build your first sales funnel if you don't have one. But you got to have the system in order to get my help. DigitalEmpireSystem.com, right? You need a system if you're building a business, especially if you are working a full-time job. And I don't recommend anybody quit their job. The best position you can be in this economy is somebody who has a job and a side hustle. You got regular income and you get to take advantage of the tax code. And we're going to talk more about that tomorrow. So make sure y'all tune in and tell a friend. Until then, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. And hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.